Hi everybody, good evening. It is the 17th of February. It's about 8:30 here in Spain. I hope you're well. I hope the volume is okay. Let me check. And we're going to play some more of 80 Days. Tonight, the game, this is the third stream of the game, a game I'm really enjoying. It's based on the novel of 80 Days Around the World with, I always get it confused, Phileas Fogg. I say Phineas for some reason. Phileas Fogg and his trustworthy valet Passepartout. I think its name is. I've forgotten already. Yeah. So anyway, I'm really enjoying the game. It's based on 80 Days Around the World. But also it's adding a kind of steampunk um, idea, to it as well. So we're traveling. It's kind of automated underwater trains, things like that. So I hope you're well. It's a Monday evening. I've had a very relaxed day. I finished work quite early today, and I thought, let's do another stream. Why? Because I'm really enjoying this game, and I want to find out what's going to happen next on our magical mystery tour. All right, so what's happened? When did we play on Saturday? And we were in Greece, Thessaloniki, if that's the correct pronunciation. And then we went to meet the levitating atheists in Meteora Valley, which looks incredible, a place I've never even heard of before. Tonight we have arrived in Izmir. Let's get the game started. Let's move on to the game. Full screen and volume. All right. We are in Izmir. Don't quit, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. Okay, you can see the minarets and stuff like that. Before we begin, let's go to here. Where is Izmir? Well, let's have a look. Oh, hang on. First of all, we're going to do a word of the day. And the word of the day is
bizarre.
bazaar. Bazaar. What is a bazaar? Bazaar is a market, often in the Middle East. Yeah, I guess this is where the word comes from. It consists of rows of shops or stalls, market stalls, selling miscellaneous goods, different variety of goods. You can buy fruit, you can buy textiles, you can buy pretty much anything, yeah? A place for the sale of goods. Bazaar. Any etymology? It's from Persian, Iranian, Persian, bazaar, first known use 1612 in the meaning defined as in sense one, which is a market in the Middle East. Okay, let's find out. Where is Izmir? Well, we were here, Thessaloniki, and we have traveled to Izmir, a famous city, an old city on the west coast of Turkey. Izmir is a city on the Aegean coast known as Smyrna in antiquity. It was founded by the Greeks, taken over by the Romans, and rebuilt by Alexander the Great before becoming part of the Ottoman Empire in the 15th century. Today, its expansive archaeological sites include the Roman Agora, now an open-air museum. The hilltop Cadi Fekali, or Velvet Castle, built during Alexander's reign, overlooks the city. Wow, so maybe we'll get an opportunity. You can see it here. It looks really, really nice. This is Izmir. An ancient city. This is the Agora. Look. The Agora Mal. Okay, is that it? Is it just a mall? Alright. Anyway. Very nice. So we're on the west coast of Turkey. What do we got? Anything interesting? I lived in Turkey for a couple of years. There should be, where is it? Where is, I'm looking for Bodrum. Where's Bodrum? No, maybe no, it's further south, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, alright. Ah, there's Bodrum. It's a very famous city. Very beautiful place. Very expensive place, actually. But you can see it's very, very picturesque. We were talking about this word the last day. Very, very nice Bodrum. And full of yachts, very big, expensive boats. And, you know, you can sail down to the Mediterranean. Alright, cool, very nice. I was there. I thought I was going to get murdered once. But that's a story for another day, yeah. Denizli, Pamukkale, one of the wonders, ancient wonders of the world, maybe? I don't know. Is Pamukkale? It's a very interesting place here as well. I went here. We got the this is a really, really old place. I think one of the no, they're not doing it. They're not showing the actual. Anyway, of course, you know, you're talking about Turkey. If you're talking about Turkey, you're talking history. It's an incredible place. Yeah, I highly recommend visiting if you ever have the opportunity. Anyway, let's get back into the game. Let's find out if there is a bazaar. Okay, we can. Wow, the volume's too loud for me. Hang on. Settings, volume. Done a little bit. I hope it's okay. All right. Let's get started. Let's have a walk. Let's have a stroll around the city. This is very noisy for me. I took a brief turn about the docks once more in the late afternoon and came across a few grizzled souls playing dominoes. Grizzled. When I think grizzled, I think kind of grey beards, wrinkles, yeah? I came across a few people playing dominoes. I watched them play. Dominoes, that's a bit strange. I would have thought, what's the other game everybody plays? PM CET? Can't remember. I watched them play. But could make nothing of it. There appeared to be strategies and counterplays, but it seemed as random as a game of Find a Lady. A despicable pastime. Oh dear. Okay, I really need to turn the volume down. 1 second. Maybe I should just go. I don't know, maybe I should leave this up. To the game. Settings. That's just it though, the volume is just it. Alright. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, yeah, because it's going to deafen me. You can hear the crowds of people. Let's... Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, that was it. That was it? I thought we were going to spend more time there, yeah? Istanbul is the only city to straddle 2 continents. One can sail by hydrofoil to Odessa, but the fare is well beyond most travelers. Alright, we're going to Istanbul then, yeah? There's no other places to go? Let's go. This music is making me a bit crazy. I'm sorry to keep doing this, yeah, but... Okay. The luggage rack has space for 4 suitcases, which is simple, okay, which is ample enough. We have 2 uncomfortable conditions. This would be a bothersome option, but the valeting service should make my master more comfortable. This music is making me crazy. Sorry, I have to turn it down. Alright. Maybe that's better. Sorry about that. Goods from the docks at Izmir were taken by steam carriage across the Ottoman Empire. We found a shipment going for Istanbul and jumped aboard. The driver was a young boy. I paid little attention. I did not notice. Paid little attention to a driver. Well, he's a bit young to be driving a steam carriage. He was a young boy who wore thick, darkened goggles and a headscarf tied tight around his head to keep out the dust. He looked terribly hot. He gestured to us to hold on to your horses, and then stoked the fire, opened the steam valve, and took off at terrific speed at the steep road slope. Okay, steep is a kind of the gradient, yeah? So it's a very steep hill. Slope, you go skiing, ski slope. Let's have a chat. Hello. Greetings. Don't worry, you won't distract me from the road. Istanbul. Many Istanbulis disagree with the policies of the Sublime Porte. Eh? I don't know what route to. Let's go to Baghdad. I wish I knew, but the most efficient way to Baghdad from here is via Beirut. But now tell me, do you drive? No. Leave it to the professionals. Very good idea. Baghdad? Baghdad is on the border of the Ottoman Empire and their Persian allies. Baghdad to Tehran? Probably, but collectors in Benares will pay fantastic amounts for astrolabes from Tehran. Alright. This is kind of steampunk, so sometimes, you know, they're just inventing stuff, yeah? I have no idea what to say, so... Heidi? Have you heard that the fastest way to Hail is from here is to go via Beirut? I'm a bit lost, everybody. I don't really know what they're talking about. Hail. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Manama. Baghdad. Istanbul. So we only know the route from Istanbul to Odessa in the Crimea, which is in the news, unfortunately, at the moment, everyone. Okay. Soon the sea was far behind us and we were making our way along winding roads, tossing from one side to the other. The boy took each corner with easy familiarity. I began to feel quite seasick from it all. No, this is camp. We're not up in the mountains in India like I was telling you the last day with my friend on the bus. You've been to Istanbul before? The boy demanded. You are frequent travelers? Never before. We are going around the world. Come on, let's be proud. Yeah, we're going around the world. Around the world? The boy laughed wildly. How I would love that. When I grow up, I will be an adventurer. I advise against it. You have the spirit for it. I think you have the spirit for it, young man. I agreed, and as though to prove me right, he steered with ever more savage abandon. So he's kind of like driving like a crazy man. Crazy kid. Terrific steam carriage. How's fog doing? That night we slept in the carriage, which unfolded rather cleverly to form a tent. I will say no more about it. I discovered a certain detail. Let's be curious. I discovered a certain detail during the night, but I will keep it to myself. My lips are sealed. Or I will share it here. Come on. Spill the beans, yeah? If one of my friends has a secret and they're like, oh, I say to them, come on, spill the beans. Tell me, spill the beans. I discovered a certain detail during the night which I will share here, but nowhere else. Okay, everyone, it's between us. As I went out to stretch my legs prior to attempting to sleep, I came across our driver, a short distance from the carriage. San headcalf and goggles, glasses, you know, swimming goggles. Okay, so he's not wearing a headscarf, he's not wearing his goggles. Perhaps you can deduce, perhaps you can work out what I saw. Without this disguise, it was quite obvious. But I have said too much already. Perhaps you can work out, perhaps you can deduct like Hercule Poirot. Yeah, we deduce clues and we come to an explanation. Without this disguise, it was quite obvious. But I've said too much already. Okay, so maybe it's a girl, not a boy? That our driver was not... Alright, so not that our driver was not a boy at all. He was not even a human! Oh my god, this is steampunk stuff. Monsieur Fogg was oblivious, sleeping quite comfortably. My master chooses to regard the world thus. I envy his clarity of purpose. Okay, so the driver is actually a robot. I envy his clarity of purpose. Focus. How much easier to go through life without becoming tangled in its complexities, to become twisted and tangled, yeah, like your hair can be twisted and tangled, knotted in its complexity. The next day, I said nothing to our driver. I accosted our driver about the deception I had uncovered. Hey, you, driver! I spoke gently to our driver about what I had seen. Well, I think as he is driving us, we should be nice. Let's speak gently. I spoke gently to our driver about what I had seen, giving assurance that such a secret was quite safe with me. I could see a flush rise between the goggles. I keep saying Google, yeah? Goggles and scarf. And what did they said it wasn't a human, so if you're not a human, you're not a male or female. What? He would not. It is an arrangement made with my father, came the reply. He would not let me out here driving on my own if my nature were known. I could understand that. I am amazed he lets you out at all. One should not hide what one is. I'm a bit confused here, but I've got an idea where... I don't know where this is going, and I'm a bit afraid. Let's be positive. You shouldn't hide what you are, everyone. Easy enough for you to say nobody will try to dissemble you if they saw you truly. So maybe his father is like the creator. His jaw, this is my jaw, set more firmly and incredibly the carriage sped up till I was pressed into my seat, unable to do more than gasp. I'm a bit confused there. A few more hours passed and we arrived within the sight of the great city of Byzantium, or Istanbul as it's known today. The holy city of Byzantium. Hey, hey, some of our possessions will fetch a few pounds here. So how much have we got? So we started with £4,000, and one of the ideas of the game, we kind of buy low, sell high. I want to go to Antalya, remember? Anything to sell? 66. 100, 240, that's not bad. 8, 6, 35, £130. Okay, so we've got wool trousers. The tailoring is most dependable. The colour most decidedly nondescript. Part of an Englishman's wardrobe, and we can sell it for £4. So no. A wool shirt. Wool is the hair of a sheep. You can always trust a man in a well-starched woolen shirt. I agree. We've got an altimeter, which is for altitude. Air sickness is psychological. An altimeter can be most reassuring. It reassures us it's going to be okay. Shaving kit, 35. 130. Let's look at the other. Well, what have they got up here? We got driving goggles. We've got a railway whistle. Air sickness. A map showing transport routes of the southern hemisphere. This could be important because we are going south soon. Okay, 6, 8, 66, but it's worth 4,000 in Antalya. 100, 240. Let's sell safety harness. And I don't see, what can we use a railway whistle for? What can we use driving goggles for? Okay, that would be good. That would be good for Phileas Fogg, you know? That would make him more comfortable. Air sickness makes sense as well, but I don't want to buy an extra suitcase. I'm going to leave it at that. Istanbul. Odessa. No, I don't want to go to Odessa. I want to go to Antalya. Why can't I go to Antalya? Have I made a mistake here? I could have gone from Thessaloniki to Istanbul, but I went here. Why can't I go here? You can go to Istanbul by public transport, but it's slow going. Man, in that case, we need to sell. We need to sell stuff, yeah? Oh look, what's this? Take a screenshot. Ah, okay. I can use that as a thumbnail for the next time. Alright, we're off to Odessa, I suppose. The hydrofoil departs for Odessa in 3 days before 12 noon. 2 bags. I'm quite sure this departure could be discussed. Negotiate. Thoroughly ungentlemanly behaviour. £750. That's too expensive. I do. Let's spend the night and we'll think about it. I passed the most uneventful night in Istanbul. Impossible. Sometimes, even on a journey such as this, one has the sense all the adventures in the world are happening to someone else and not to oneself. Boring. Let's explore. Maybe we can go to the Grand Bazaar. Ah! Ah! Oh, wow! Oh, Herat! I found myself in the historic quarter of Sultan Ahmet, in the shadow of the glorious minarets of the blue mosques. I've been there. I had some hours before I had to return to Monsieur Fogg. I made my way to Hague, everybody, to the Grand Bazaar, the biggest bazaar in the world. A covered market holding thousands upon thousands of stalls, divided into streets of vendors, selling everything from Turkish leather slippers to dried fruits and nuts, stacked in precarious pyramids. The vendors called out in every language known to man, and I would wager some entirely invented. Let's have a quick look at the Grand Bazaar of Istanbul, because it's an incredible place. I need to close some. I've got like football stuff open here. Let's go to internet. Let's go to perplexity. No, stop. Grand Bazaar. Grand Bazaar. Istanbul. It's an incredible place. Let's get some images. Do, 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 do. You can, well, okay. Maybe not. Let's go back here. Let's go. Grand Bazaar. Istanbul. Images. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright. Yeah, this is more like it. Look. It's an incredible place. It really is. One thing I thought was amazing about this place was, like, it's absolutely huge. I think there's like 6 entrances. It's absolutely massive. And they sell everything. They sell lots of gold and tea. It's really, really cool. It's one of the must-sees in Istanbul, you know. And look at this, yeah, the lamps and stuff. It's a covered market, and it's like a labyrinth, you know. It's really, really incredible. And one thing about it is, like, the people working there, they speak every language, you know. They speak Japanese, they speak German, they speak Italian, they speak French, they speak English, they speak Spanish. It's Russian, everything. It's incredible. It's a really, really cool place. I made my way to the Grand Bazaar. I pressed into the raucous throng of people, the crowds of people, straight in, my senses overwhelmed by the calls of the vendors and the aromas of cinnamon and mint. From one man's stall, which is the market stall, I picked up a worked silver dagger. Ah, the Balkan khanjar with watered steel blade. The blade of the knife is the pointy bit that hurts. A formidable choice, monsieur, the vendor enthused. A ceremonial item, although, contrast, and he winked. It may have practical uses for a dashing fellow such as yourself. Thank you. I haven't been called dashing for quite a while. All right. I smiled at him and he offered me the dagger for £60. I paid him the money. It was too much. Let's buy it. We need a weapon, don't we? We need some kind of weapon, I think, yeah? I bought the dagger and the vendor accepted my money with a wide smile. Packing up my new khanjar with, sorry, there's electricity. Hang on, sorry, I got a WhatsApp here. Hang on, big shout out to Ray. I explored the city further. My explorations were at the end. No, let's keep going. The streets were full of magnificent sights. Historic palaces, bright marbled mosques. Ooh, let's go to the mosque. With minarets that glowed in the sunlight. Gold, historic palaces, gold curtained carriages. Drawn by mechanical horses enameled in scarlet and purple. Historic palaces. And a mob of people, you know, like angry people gathering on the street corner. Well, let's go and find out. A mob gathering on a street corner, being Persian. Parisian. I had a keen sense for a riot. A riot is a protest, but like the protest terms violent, you know, like, so people are protesting about the government, but if it turns violent, it becomes a riot, yeah? And he says, being, as a Parisian, as I'm from Paris, I'm always ready for a riot. This is pretty true, I think, yeah? I try to extricate myself. To extricate is to take yourself out. I try to leave quickly. I ask someone to explain their grievance. What's the problem? What's going on? We are protesting against the Sultan's so-called modernization, a young medical student told me breathlessly. A worthy cause. A dangerous pastime. Maybe a dangerous pastime to protest against the Sultan. This is the Ottoman Empire, seriously powerful. Indeed, what are modern institutions without liberty? The time of absolute monarchy is over, my friend. The crowd surged forward, shouting slogans in Arabic and English, and even some well-known phrases stolen directly from the French Revolution. Liberty! Eat the rich! I felt quite at home, and took up the chance as we made our way to the Sublime Porte, the physical representation of the authority of the Ottoman rule. As one, 100 voices shouted the together, 100 voices shouted the forbidden word. Mashrutiviyet, constitutional monarchy. The Janissaries. No, the Janissaries are hardcore, yeah? Very, very hardcore. Loyal palace guards began shouting and shoving into the crowd. The young medical student cursed and pointed down a side street. The Janissaries. Hang on, let's check them out. Where is it? They were like stolen, weren't they? Janissaries. Hang on. Janissaries. Is that right? Did I spell that right? Right. Yeah. Look at this. So this is kind of an interesting story. Yeah? The Janissaries were Turkish, like, hardcore soldiers. The Janissaries were an elite infantry unit that served as household troops for the Ottoman sultans. Yeah, so this is when the Ottoman Empire, established in the 14th century, they were kind of like abducted, right? When they were children. The Janissaries may have been the first modern standing army and one of the first infantry forces to be equipped with firearms. It was abolished, it was abolished in 1826, in which 6,000 Janissaries were executed. Initially, they were formed from a pool of manpower consisting of slaves taken in war. From 1380 to 1648, the Janissaries were gathered through the something system, which was a levy on non-Muslim boys, mainly Anatolian Balkan Christians who were enslaved. So these boys were then circumcised, converted to Islam, and incorporated into the army. What they used to do, so I mean, I'm no historian, but what they used to do was, like, they would attack some place, or there was some sort of tax. They would keep the young boys, and then they would, like, enslave them, bring them back, and then, like, train them to be kind of the Sultan's personal guard, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like elite infantry. It's pretty heavy stuff, you know? It's a pretty heavy story, that, yeah, with the Janissaries. But anyway, so the Janissaries, very loyal palace guards, because I guess they were kind of brainwashed, you know, you're kind of indoctrinated from being very young. Often Christian in the Balkans, the Slavic countries where the word slave comes from, yeah? They began shouting and shoving into the crowd. The young medical student cursed and pointed down a side street. I let him lead the way. I did not want his help. Now this is getting crazy. The guards were growing rougher by the moment, and I fell several times before crawling my way out of the square. I found Monsieur Fogg reading a newspaper. He looked up warmly. I gave my master a much abbreviated account of my adventures. I made him a cup of mint tea. I'll tell him a quick story. Before we settled in to consider the next course of our journey. Your funds have gone down somewhat. We need to get to Antalya. The Balkan dagger should fetch a good price in Antananarivo, should we decide to. I don't know where that is, but let's do it. Antalya. Boom. Embark. Steam carriage to Antalya. The luggage has space for 3 suitcases. Sweltering heat. Sweltering. Really, really hot. Like in Alicante in July and August. It's sweltering. And uncomfortable conditions. This looks like a wearisome route. Very tiring journey. But the partial desert outfit should help. Yeah, we need to buy some more desert stuff for the boss. We flagged down our carriage only to see the driver jump up and wave wildly. It was the same begoggled and bescarfed speed demon who had carried us up to Istanbul from Izmir. I returned the greeting with pleasure, yeah. I sighed. No, I'm happy to see him, the robot. I returned the greeting. Still driving? Your father's still happy? The driver laughed. Definitely. Jump aboard. All aboard. Okay, so you can see here, Fogg is fine. Let's talk. So we're getting on very well with the driver, yeah? What is your wish, master? Passepartout, you have my undivided attention. So we're talking to Monsieur Fogg, Antalya. My aunt once took the merchant trader Nefereti from Antalya to Beirut. Baghdad? Did you know you can pick up ancient artifacts in Baghdad that will sell for a fortune in Dubai? Yeah, but this is going backwards, isn't it? Alexandria, Egypt? For instance, you can pick up Egyptian carved scarabs. I think that's like a knife or something, or a sword in Alexandria that will sell for a fortune. Alright, in Dubai. Right. Okay. We loaded the cases and climbed into the carriage, and the driver opened the choke, taking us off at a tremendous speed. Now we have 2 choices, although I must admit I was less alarmed now, less scared, and steering with that same steely-eyed concentration, like that, yeah? I think I am, no, the same. Really, it was a wonder he had fooled me for so long. I still don't know what's happening. Like, when he said the driver wasn't a boy, it was something else, I went, okay, so it's a woman or a girl, but then it's saying it's not human, and so what, it's a robot? I'm a bit perplexed by this. The journey to Antalya took us across the whole Anatolian peninsula, rising over majestic mountains and passing vast, glittering lakes. Our driver took corners with the speed and accuracy to which I was becoming accustomed. Accustomed to it, I was getting used to it. Yeah, I was getting used to his crazy driving. And I began to marvel that Monsieur Fogg did not suspect that it's not human, and I enjoyed watching the small twitch on Monsieur Fogg's face. I don't know which to choose. I haven't turned on the game. Sorry, I just realized. Yeah. Okay, so there we are. Sorry. I hope that wasn't for too long. Here you go. So the journey took us across the whole of Anatolia is Turkey, right? The Anatolian Peninsula, rising over majestic mountains and passing vast, huge, glittering lakes. Our driver took corners with the speed and accuracy to which I was becoming accustomed, and I began to marvel that Monsieur Fogg did not suspect I enjoyed watching a small twitch, like a facial twitch, we say. Twitch, well, we all know Twitch on to watch gamers. I don't know, let's just go for the first one. Towards the evening, our driver suddenly stopped. I had been lost in thought and looked up to find where we were in the ruins of an ancient stone city, the road guarded by two tall posts with carved lion statues. Why have we stopped? What is this place? Just a quiet spot, our driver replied. Turning to me, one hand pushed up the goggles so I could see those sparkling, remarkable eyes. Passepartout, I have miscalculated. I need a favor. I saw Monsieur Fogg's eyebrow rise. You can trust my master. Let's go outside. My master's other eyebrow went up. What is the cause of this delay? He asked. A minor mechanical fault, a rest break. Let's just say, yeah, small technical issue. 404. And the driver nodded, murmuring, that's quite right. We stepped out of the car and a few steps away. Passepartout, the driver said, I thought I had prepared correctly, but I did not wind myself enough, and I cannot reach my own... I didn't wind myself, sorry. To wind a watch. The wind is blowing, but you wind a watch, right? You wind something up. I did not wind myself, and I cannot reach my own key. Would you mind? So it's a robot. It's an automation, or an automata, whatever they were calling it. Would you mind? So I need to wind up the robot, because it's steampunk, right? Excuse me. Stepping forward, the driver tilted its head to reveal a winding key in the side of its neck. So to tilt, yeah, and there's a key just above its perfect collarbone. Your collarbone's hair. How do I do it? Of course. Let's just do it. I declared gallantly. I grasped the key and turned it. The noise was a throaty, deep sound, the winding of a mechanism buried deep inside the creature's chest. It must have taken a dozen, no, in English, a dozen. I go to the store, I go to the shop, I go to the supermarket, I go to the market, and I buy a dozen eggs. Yeah, I'm not vegan, so I buy a dozen eggs. A dozen is 12. Yeah, a dozen is 12. A dozen eggs. Half a dozen, 6. So I must have taken a dozen or more turns before the mechanism finally caught tight. The creature awoke. It smiled at me. Quickly then, it announced, to Antalya. We swept away down the road. As the sun went down, the sunset, we arrived within sight of the sea once more. As we stepped down from the carriage, the driver took me to one side. The driver tried to take me to one side. Yeah, took me to one side. Thank you, Passepartout. It is a terrible thing to be unable to look after oneself. I owe you more than you realize. It shook my hand formally. One of my kind is a pilot and runs a fast air freight carrier to Baghdad. Would that interest you? Indeed it would, for we have our own plans. Baghdad. Let's have a look, everybody. No. Where's the map? Stop. Okay. So, Saudi Arabia. We need to go to Antalya for the money, though, yeah? Alright. It would interest me. The thing, Jesus, the driver maybe gave me the details. Then we parted, me on foot, walking, and the machine driving at ludicrous speed along the edge of the wharf. Ludicrous. So, crazy driver. Relations with Fogg have deteriorated slightly. Okay, he's a bit put out by me going and having a chat with the driver. Your character is now dependable. Okay, we got some new routes, everyone. Baghdad! We've arrived. The Carnival mask would earn us quite well. This is what we came for. Let's get to the market. We've got Eastern spices. These are too valuable in Beirut. Leather braces. Baghdad. Routes, a thick volume missing all the train routes for India. We're going to be hitting India, so I think this is important, right? Okay, let's sell this. 4,000. Boom! 2,239 pounds. 6,239 pounds. Thank you very much. Anything else interesting? We don't want to do that. Goggles are kind of good. Desert, we might be needing that. Water. No, we've got the jungle and we've got this. I thought this was 60. Antanor, I don't know where that is, yeah. What have they got? Eastern spices, valuable in high. Yep. Leather braces. Braces to keep up your trousers. Braces made from fine cowhide, cow skin. Flexible, but highly durable under the greatest of strains. We'll have it. Aye. And I think we should take the timetable as well. Let's go. Karachi, Bombay, Bangalore, Madras, Nova Goa. Wow. Oh yeah, look, this is the timetable, right? Hang on. Okay, everybody, we got some choices. We got Baghdad. We've got Alexandra. Hello, we can sell something there. What do you think? Baghdad? I think Baghdad. Hello. Yeah, because we can sell something there. We can sell the spices here. Let's go to Baghdad. 3, we're good tomorrow. The most efficient way is via Beirut. The most efficient way is via Beirut. Where's Beirut? Alright, Beirut's here, yeah? Tomorrow. 2 days. I think this could be negotiated. No, let's just go to Baghdad. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay. We got plenty of money now, so let's go and have a nice hotel, pass the night. We can look, he's at 100, so he's day 17. We have £6,000. I spent my afternoon rambling around Kalichi, the historical centre of Antalya, which was where I came upon a group of Turkish dockhands unloading crates. So the docks, they're working on the docks. Unloading, you load, you unload. Crates of Venetian goods into a warehouse flying the French flag. France! They had a passable grasp of French, so they spoke French okay. Speaking to them was a tiresome affair. This very French attitude. I had no interest in duckhands. I am far too superior. Okay, they had a passable grasp. Let's see what we can find out. They had a passable grasp of French, no doubt a prerequisite, something obligatory, of working for their French employer, one Monsieur Fontaine. Though we've never met him, one of them added bitterly. Is he a good employer? I nodded and moved along. Is he a good employer? I asked politely, simply to make small talk. Alas, my innocent inquiry was not taken as such. Why do you ask? A dockhand fired back, crossing his arms. Perhaps you are Monsieur Fontaine. My name is Passepartout. You found me out. Should I pretend to be the boss? No, not yet. A likely story, was their retort. This is not even a real name. A most hurtful accusation. I am offended. A duel. And despite my protests, so I revenged myself, cutting their pay. Alright, so, despite. So we know this is contrast. Despite. Oh, there's a rule with despite. Yeah, despite is with gerund, ing. Despite feeling tired, I went to the party. Or it's with a noun. Despite my protests, a protest. Those are the two rules with in spite of or despite. Yeah? So again, despite feeling tired, I went to the party. Despite the rain, we went for a walk. Let's just, and that's a contrast. So they're going to attack me or something, or I revenge myself by threatening to cut their pay because they think I am the boss. I don't know what to do. Okay, I am the boss. Yes, you're right. I am Monsieur Fontaine. They apologized quickly. I gave a booming laugh. Ha 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 ha. The sort Monsieur Fontaine of my imaginings would boom, so I pretended to be the boss. Alas, behind his bluff exterior, he had only recently suffered heartbreak. Such an empathetic fellow he was, prone to making friends. I don't know what that means. What? Okay, let's go for the first one. So I'm just lying now. Edith, his wife of 20 years, had perished in a mysterious fire in our villa upon the Black Sea. Thus was I ensconced in my role. So I've taken on this role as Monsieur Fontaine. I spent a cheerful, if deceptive, afternoon getting to know my employees and inspecting the merchandise. They cracked open a crate to reveal a treasure trove of Venetian glass, blue-green in the Anatolian sun. I pocketed a particularly fine piece. Like this glass, I do have come from Venice. Okay, let's steal something. Here, I pocketed, meaning I stole it, yeah? I pocketed a particularly fine piece before they bid me a respectful farewell. Relations with Fogg have strengthened slightly. Your character is now zestful, full of zest, full of energy. The Venetian glass should fetch a good price in Ria if we don't find use for it. Let's go. Baghdad, everybody, by airship. You can pick up artifacts that sell for a fortune in Dubai. The most efficient way is via Beirut. No, we're going by steampunk. plane. Shipping cart. The luggage rack has space for 3 suitcases, which will suffice. It's sufficient. Travel. This looks like a bearable route. Okay. Don't know. Can you hear my neighbours? They're all shouting and stuff at the moment. They're having a party. Let's go. Shipping craft. So again, like I said, it's steampunk, so it's kind of sci-fi in the past. Cyberpunk, future. Steampunk, past. We found the freight airship just as it was departing and talked our way on board easily enough. The freight is the things that you are transporting, you know, it's your freight, freighter, freightliner, you know, you're transporting goods for sale. So we found the airship just as it was departing and talked our way on board. It seems automata take everything on trust. Perhaps these mechanical men have ways to communicate. Let's find out if they have ways to communicate. For it seems we were expected from the driver. At least the automaton pilot did not pause to doubt our word as we clambered aboard. Excellent. Okay. Converse. Greetings, pilot. I am able to speak a little while flying. Baghdad! Have you heard that one can travel in a desert taxi from Baghdad to Manama, but the fare is extortionate? Extortionate meaning really, really expensive. It might cost you an arm and a leg. Let's go to Hail. Seems unlikely. What about Tehran? No idea, but now you could travel on a Camartage. It's a true marvel. Have you traveled on the Camartage? It's a true marvel. I have no idea what that is. Choo-choo! The flight itself was as fast as the carriage journey had been, and we were whisked through the skies really quickly. The contents of the airship rattling, humming and buzzing around us. We were supplying animal automata for Baghdad's Palazzo. We landed without incident. I tried to speak to the pilot. Well, he said he finds it difficult to speak when he's flying, so we don't want any problems. Let's land without incident. We landed without incident a few hours later. Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to take a little break here. Baghdad, several of our possessions would sell efficiently here. Nice. Okay, I'm just going to take a second here, everybody, because I have to take a quick break. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Yeah, so we're going to jump back into the game. We're in Baghdad, everybody. Amazing. What a place. My neighbors are having a party on a Monday night. Oh, to be young. All right, where were we? Let's get going. Seven of our positions. Let's get straight down to the bazaar. Ooh, what do we got? We have a small head of carved stone, knocked from the top of some larger statue from antiquity, worth 7,700 in Dubai. Pardon me. Our calfskin leather gloves for good grip on the coldest of steering wheel. I think volume listing all the train routes for the United States. Routes for trains in America will be visible on the globe. We're not anywhere near America yet, yeah? Let's see, what can we sell? We can sell... What can we sell? Ah, spices. No. What was valuable? Oh, hang on. Okay, so we've got the... No. 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 Goggles, no, we want that. So, 8 quid. 66 in Ria. 2007, 9. How much did we buy the spice for? I don't remember. Okay, 170. So let's just sell that then. That's good. Let's buy this. This is for Dubai. What else was good in Dubai? Ria. Okay, we could make some money. Yeah, we could make 1,400. Dubai. It has to be Dubai, everyone. We have to go to Dubai. 7,000 is a lot of money. American timetable, don't need it yet. Leather gloves. Could be interesting, but I don't know. Let's just buy this now, then we can sell it. It's only £2. The souk. Which is another. So we got those roots. Okay, Salt Lake City with the Mormons. I said to my friend, I was watching a video last night about like the Mormons in Salt Lake City. They invented their own like alphabet. Kind of interesting. Blan. So we have to go Ria, right? Ria. Okay. Beirut. I want that £7,000. Yeah. Okay, so easiest way to find Beirut. Beirut is here. It's going backwards, though, is it? Jesus, lads, maybe not. Manama, we can sell something in Manama. Alright, we're gonna have to spend the night anyway, yeah? Let's spend the night and see if something happens. We'll pass the night here. Okay, we got 6,000. We stayed in Baghdad at the Tio Hotel, owned by one Marcus Tio, a man of improbably pale skin in these desert climates. You are a foreigner in these parts? No. You've only recently taken over this place? We are going around the world. Well, obviously he's a foreigner. His name is Marcus Tio. Let's just be inquisitive. Let's ask questions. No, indeed, he replied, wiping wine glasses with a small towel. As we talked after hours in the hotel bar, I have a little interest in travel myself. My fascinations are everywhere. I enjoy experiments. What do you mean? I asked, intrigued, curious. I have a great fascination with things, he replied, gesturing with a hand around the bar at the cluttered shelves, the ornaments, the fine antiquities that covered every surface. And I recently acquired a most wonderful thing. And what thing is that? Or, we try to avoid things. Fewer suitcases make for easier travel. Now, curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity kills the cat. What thing is that? A balloon, he declared with great joy. My son is taking it to Tehran in the next few days. Are you a fellow balloonist, dear sir? Perhaps you would enjoy the ride. Okay, let's have a look. Not as yet. As yet, I replied. I will mention it to my master. Theo nodded. Excellent, and here's something else, another thing. I looked on in interest. I smiled, but stood no. Curiosity killed the cat. From a shelf in the wall, he took down a beautifully crafted dagger. This is as old as the city and very valuable, I'm sure. Please, from me. I cannot accept such a thing. You are most generous. Yes, take it. Oh, I'm not, he smiled. I've been told by people I trust unreservedly that this thing brings bad luck, and I will be happy to be rid of it. I'm not superstitious. Then I can no more afford ill luck than you. Why not throw it in the river, then? I'm not superstitious, I told him, and slid the dagger into my belt. It was a very fine item indeed, a beautiful weight with a cool, bejeweled scabbard. A most honest man, Monsieur Theo, I thought as I bid him good night, if perhaps not the cleverest macaron in the patisserie. He's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Yeah, but we want to go to Ria, right? I wanted to go to... Alright. Anybody, what do you think? Let's do it. Let's just keep going. Collectors in Benares will pay fantastic amounts for astrolabes from Tehran. Let's remember that. The Rosier balloon departs in 2 days. Have you traveled on the camera? Okay, I expect the departure could be altered. Let's negotiate. We're feeling flush. We're feeling like we got some money. Thoroughly and gentlemanly behavior. So we can go tomorrow for £620, or we can leave this morning at 10 a.m. 2,200. Let's do it, everybody. Open luggage. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we need? Balkan dagger, driving goggles, machete. Let's get rid of the machete, and let's get the curse dagger. Worth £5,000. Okay, let's do it. Let's go. We're paying a lot of money for this. 2,000. Ah, shit, we missed it. The time is ticking, yeah, I missed it. Alright. Can I speed it up? No, okay. Okay, we gotta spend the night. Let's check out the bank. I don't know what the bank is, yeah? We must visit the bank, Monsieur Fogg declared. You have additional funds? A robbery, monsieur? I am a gentleman. They would extend me credit if required, he replied. But do you suppose I put my entire fortune into a carpet-bag under your supervision? But do you think I would put all my money into a carpet-bag under your supervision? I did not answer. I regarded the banker's agent, the manager. I'm a valet. I'm in Baghdad. I'm going to look at the manager. A well-dressed, calm lady who greeted us with warm disinterest. You wish to withdraw funds, we were told. I warn you, it may take some time. So, £1,000 on Monday, 3,000 on Wednesday, 5,000 in a week. We cannot afford even a single day. Okay, so we don't need it yet, so we can do this. We can get more money. We cannot afford even a single day, I declared. We swept out of the bank. Thankfully, our situation is not desperate, my master declared. Onwards! Nice. Come on. All right. Let's go. Sorry, when are we going? Tehran? Tomorrow, okay. So let's book into a hotel. Let's explore. The Ottoman Empire had ruled Baghdad for the last 300 years, give or take a few decades of Iranian and Mamluk rule. The Mamluks controlled Egypt, and they were slaves, but they kind of had a revolution and they took over Egypt. They were like a slave empire, I suppose you would call it. It was a city in decline from its glory days and riven by plague, cholera, and famine. Oh my God. What am I doing here? Cholera? Plague? Famine? Yeah, right. Pretty heavy. Cholera? Plague? Famine? I repeated aloud and shivered. Are you placing a curse on the city? A bemused voice inquired from behind me. Jesus, but we do have the cursed knife. I hurried without turning to look. And so I met Monsieur Eli Ezra. Ooh. Let's meet Monsieur Eli Ezra. And so I met Monsieur Eli Ezra, Baghdadi by birth, Jewish by religion, and merchant by trade, as he put it, as he said. He took me under his wing with the hospitality I come to associate. To take someone under their wings, like to take care of someone, to guide someone. With the hospitality I had come to associate with my travels in the Middle East, or with obsequious merchants. Let's go positive. I don't really know what this word means, and we're going to check that out. Obsequious. I'll check it out after. He promised I would not perish for want of food, though he gave no guarantees on the subject of cholera or plague. I asked him for advice on how best to travel. I asked him about his city. Let's talk about Baghdad. He grinned, he smiled. Oh, my friend, you should not ask a Baghdadi to extol the virtues of his birthplace. His teeth seemed to gleam eagerly. I could tell you stories for hours. Alas, I do not have hours to spare. I would prefer to know how best to leave. Now, that would be a bit rude, I think. How do I get out of here? No, I don't have time. I replied quickly and took my leave. The sooner we left Baghdad, the better. Relations with Fogg have deteriorated slightly. They've gone down. What time are we at? Okay. Hotel, right? We're going tomorrow. We took a room and settled in. I starched the collars of our shirts. I spent a few hours polishing shoes. I went to stretch my legs. Too much plague, too much cholera. Let's just chill out in the hotel and do some laundry. to ensure everything was shipshape for our upcoming departure. Everything is shipshape. Everything's perfect. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of this city of cholera, famine, and plague. Here we go! Tehran! Off to Persia! Oh. Hang on. Yeah. The basket has 3 suitcases which will suffice. High winds and cold weather, this will be a bothersome option. But the pocket altimeter from our air traveler set should make my master more comfortable. Good. And we're off, everyone. We're on some kind of balloon thing. It looks like I'm not going to say. We met Tio's son on the outskirts of the city beside an enormous balloon. This is Lawrence, Marcus said. He will take you to Tehran. Lawrence put out his hand to shake. You fellows are navigators? No. Just passengers. Oh, Lawrence looked at his father with evident surprise, but Marcus waved his objections away. You don't need a navigator, Lawrence, he assured him. Just follow the mountains until you see Tehran. Good luck! Before his son could reply, I did not like the sound of this. Yeah, right, we're a bit scared of, like, flying, I think, yeah? And began to clamber out of the basket, but before I could, Marcus slipped the rope from its ring. With the burner already fired, we disappeared. Upwards and onwards. Cool. One of the greatest experiences of my life was doing a hot air balloon in Cappadocia. It was amazing. Greetings, Lawrence, Tio. You're the foreigners. Let's find out about Tehran. The Prime Minister is a good influence on the young Shah. Shah meaning king, yeah? No idea, but merchants in Ria will pay fantastic amounts of demijohns for olive oil from halal. But tell me, do you suppose my father trusts me? Right. Does my father trust me? Yeah, obviously. If we're not navigators, you're in charge, mate. Oh, look, he's got the kind of what do you call them? What do you call those hats? I've forgotten the word for it. They were banned in Turkey when Ataturk took over. He banned them. You're kind, monsieur, but I'm not sure this isn't a punishment in disguise. Tell me about Ha'il. Some people say some buyers will pay well for Eastern spices from Ha'il. Do I still have spices? What about Riyadh, Manama, Suez, Luxor, Jeddah? I could do with a map. Let's go for Riyadh. I believe so. You can get to Riyadh from Ha'il, but by the caravan of Lady Blunt. Lady Blunt? Riyadh is the capital of the Emirate of Najd. Okay, I don't really know there. I'm getting a bit confused. Okay, there's Riyadh. But we're going the opposite way. We're going to Tehran, so that's not much good. Lawrence's need for a navigator became quickly evident. The balloon drifted on, and though we could control its direction of flight through an ingenious set of rudders, the land below was featureless desert. Neither he nor we knew which way was which. The land below was featureless, so we're looking for mountains, right? Marked by only the slightest notes and flourishes of raised land. I did not mention the difficulties to Monsieur Fogg. I asked Monsieur Fogg for advice. The sun rises in the east, he replied, so we shall head east with a little way north, and all will be well. The long day dragged on into cold, starry night, and all I could imagine was the sound of the burner guttering and the balloon drifting to earth. Your character is now well heeled. Well heeled means rich, right? Yeah, well off, well heeled. Okay. We're going. Oh, look. Let's do some grooming. So you know my father well, Lawrence asked with an edge to his voice. This isn't like real time. I need to press the buttons quickly or else we miss stuff. So you know my dad well? With an edge to his voice. No, but he seems a decent guy. He seems like a decent fellow. What sort of man is he? What sort of man is he? He's a cruel miser who uses people to his own ends, and he hides behind a smile. To be sure, if he put you on this balloon, he had a reason for it. All right, a miser is someone who doesn't like to spend money. Yeah? Scottish. It's very famous. You know, the stereotype in United Kingdom would be Scottish people are... Okay, we can say a few things here, right? So we have a few expressions for this, yeah? We could say, we have this expression to be, this is my hand, this is my fist, and to be tight-fisted. Someone is very, very tight-fisted. It's very difficult to get money out of their hands, yeah? And so the kind of stereotype in the UK is Scottish people. Scottish people are very tight-fisted. In Spain, it's Catalonia, Barcelona, you know. It's not true, I don't think, but maybe there might be a kernel of truth in it. There might be a tiny little bit of truth in it, you know, these things. But anyway, so he's saying he's a miser, to be miserly, very careful, penny pinching, to pinch the pennies, always looking out, being very, very careful with money. So he's a cruel miser, Jesus, who uses people for his own ends and hides behind a smile. To be sure, if he put you on this balloon, he had a reason for it, but what possible motive could he have? The son says, honestly, I have no idea. It's wheels within wheels with that man. Okay, so he's working on many levels. Lawrence sighed. I wish I could have had a simple father, one who is easy to outstrip. Okay, so his father is a complicated man. The balloon buffeted a little, and Lawrence skillfully opened the burner to lift us higher over the mountains. Did he try to shift that dagger of his onto you? He asked. Maybe. Yeah, I took the dagger, and Lawrence all but shrieked. You brought it on board a hot air balloon? Are you insane? Are you insane in the membrane? Why, surely you do not believe in curses. Does this dagger have some kind of power? I demanded. Indeed it does. Did you not notice the marks in the wall of the hotel? The dagger moves by itself. I looked down at my belt with alarm. I tore the dagger from my belt immediately and held it over the edge of the basket. I looked at my belt. The blade was resting against my thigh, quite still for now. Why are you making this trip? We lapsed into silence. And the balloon slid on through the desert night. That must be amazing. Can you imagine being in a hot air balloon over like the desert? Yeah, it'd be cool. Alright, we're nearly there, everybody. We're nearly there. Cursed dagger, cursed knife, or not. Despite heavy winds and whatever powers this curious blade of Teo's possessed, we made it down to ground level on the outskirts of Tehran. Tehran. Lawrence shook us both by the hand and wished us well. Will you return to Baghdad? So, are you going to go back to Baghdad? And you... Will you go back to Baghdad? I asked. He thought a moment, then shook his head. Perhaps not, he answered. I think my father may have been trying to kill me in this balloon that looks like a... What does this look like? That's right, a hazelnut. That's correct. Surely not. It's quite plausible. No, we are not superstitious. Lawrence chewed his lip. I think there must have been something in my mother's will, he murmured. I think I will be safer if I stay here. I wished him luck, then we departed into the city. Farewell, Mr. Hazelnut. I think we can complete our Englishman's wardrobe here for protection against uncomfortable conditions. Uncomfortable conditions, okay. There seems to be no departures today. We should explore a little. It's 6:30 a.m. in Tehran. Can you imagine? Let's go for a stroll. To say that the capital of the Persian Empire is modern would be to deny the unparalleled glory of its ancient monuments and palaces. Yet, Byanador-class airships hummed in the sky. Jewel-beaked, copper-bodied birds sang from the branches of the trees. To say the capital of the Persian Empire is modern would be to ignore, the unparalleled glory of its ancient past. Okay. Airships hummed in the sky. Jewel-beaked, copper-bodied birds sang from the branches of trees. I think I would be more impressed with the airships. This is 1872 or something, right? Oh my god. Hummed is highlight. Smetar moons. Okay, the crescent moon, right? And mechanical palanquins, I don't know what that is, adorned with enamel and gold work carried officials, poets and lovers up and down the gaslit avenues. The Qajar Shahs ruled over an empire almost constantly at war. But the recent alliance with the Ottoman Sublime Porte, though you would not know it. So they're always at war, but maybe you would not notice it. As I walked the streets, I felt safer than I might along the banks of the Seine. The city is itself peaceful, a garden of culture and art. I would love to go to Tehran, yeah? I would say a garden of culture and art, protected from the skirmishes along its borders. I sat in the cafes with poets as they duelled each other with words and competed for patronage. So they're like rappers having rap battles. I am in roaring health, but we must make haste. Okay, where are we at? We're at 90 minutes. I think that's enough for tonight. Yeah, because it's Monday night and I have to go to work. We are in Tehran. Oh, can we sell anything first? Let's check. Astro Day, we need this. Pressure gauge. Evening jacket. Alright, what can we sell? We can sell... No. 40. Poof. Eastern Spices, that's the one, isn't it? Dubai. We need the astrolabe, so let's get rid of the cursed dagger. Let's get rid of Eastern Spices, right? India, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Dubai, everybody. Let's get rid of... Let's get rid of that. Can we move this in? No. Venetian glass. Right, let's get rid of that. Take this, and then we can buy the pressure gauge. We need this though. Let's get rid of that, and let's get this in. This is bananas. Okay, all right. I think that's it. Let's get rid of that, and let's get this in. All right. You never have enough evening jackets. We can grow some beards. I think in the 1870s they had big, energetic beards in those days. Yeah. Our completed English wardrobe should help us negotiate times of upper class journeys. Ooh, okay. Alright. What's here? Alright. Kabul. Alright, we need to decide some stuff. We're not going to get back to... Where is Jeddah? Where is Dubai? So, yeah, we should have got rid of that stuff. Okay, we can do it later on. Tehran, where next, everyone? Bandar Abbas, Kabul, up to Afghanistan. And then we're heading into India. Merv. Baku. Right, so let's have a look. Where have we gone? We started in London, we made our way to Paris, then Nice, then we went to Venice, then we went down to Dubrovnik, then we did the Meteora Valley, Thessalonica, Izmir, Istanbul, Antalya, Baghdad, Tehran, which is, if we look, we have traveled, we've visited 11 cities, we've traveled 4,000 miles, carriages, 550 miles by sea, 2,410 by land, and I missed that, and we are well heeled, we're doing very well, passionate, strong, comfortable. Alright, good. So we're doing well. We're a quarter of the way around the world in 80 days. We are going to chill out in Tehran and plan our journey for the next day. Have I just been playing that the whole time? Okay. I've been on the main thing the whole time. Alright, so I'm going to have to turn that off. Okay. Well, listen, we're going to finish it there. And we'll continue this the next day. So take care, have a good evening, and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Oh, hang on. Yeah.